All right, we are now joined by representatives of the Dayton Flyers. We have senior Jenna Giacone, senior Aaron Whalen, and head coach Shauna Green. We will start with an opening statement from Coach Green. Then we will move to questions for the student athletes. Once we have dismissed the student athletes, then we'll take questions for Coach Green. So if you'd like to open with an opening statement.
Just really proud of these guys. It was fun to watch them out there today, and I thought that was our best 40 minutes of basketball. We put it all together, but for us it starts with our defense, and just what an unbelievable defensive effort and execution of a game plan by these guys to hold a team like DePaul, you know, the number one scoring team in the country, to 11, 12, and 13 in 3 quarters is just all credit to these guys, because they really locked in, and with holding this team and being able to hold them to one and done, now we were able to get out and run, and that's what we want to do. We talk all the time, defend, rebound, run, and today was the best performance of that in a while, because we were able to really get our transition going and got a lot of threes out of transition, and played with great pace. So just so unbelievably proud and happy for these guys, especially, you know, our senior group and our 3 super seniors and Kyle and Amari. You know, these guys came back for a purpose, and they came back to playing in an NCAA tournament. And I told them, you know, once you get in, you never know what can happen, and they showed that tonight. So just so happy for them.
All right, if you'd like to ask student athletes a question, please raise your hand and wait till the mic gets to you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Sudge with the Dayton Daily News. For Jenna, can you kind of take me into your role, I guess, of coming off the bench? And tonight, I mean, how were you able to find it early from being on the arc?
Yeah, I mean, my role's changed a little bit pretty much every game this year, coming off the bench or starting, but don't really change my mindset with that. Coach makes a decision, I just roll with it, but just come in when my name is called and start playing my game. Obviously, I was feeling it pretty good from behind the arc, like you said. Aaron was too, so we just played free, played some Dayton basketball, and ended up with a win.
And then, Aaron, if I could follow up on that, I mean, in terms of the mindset as a team, I mean, how much did it motivate you guys coming up short in the conference title game, being one of the last teams in the tournament? How much did that kind of motivate you guys coming into tonight?
Yeah, it definitely fueled us. That was something that was in the back of our head. I mean, we knew we just wanted to get here. Once we got here, we knew everything would take care of itself. You know, this team does such a good job of prep. Our coaches are always so prepared and helping us. But, I mean, we play hard. We're not coming here just to play. We're here to compete, and I think we were able to prove that tonight.
Chuck Schaffner, retired AP. Aaron, you went through a stretch there late in the season. I looked, you were like 2 for 27 on threes.
Yes.
Okay, you probably didn't need to be reminded of that. But then you started hitting some. What kind of got you back in the groove?
Yeah, definitely a very frustrating portion of the season. But, I mean, my teammates are doing an amazing job of just keeping me positive. They continue to find me when I was open, and just the motivation from, again, my teammates and coaches just to keep shooting, lots of extra reps, working with the sports psychologist, getting the mental side of it together. But, yeah, I was glad to kind of figure that one out.
So were we.
Tom Purcell, Des Moines Capital. I just wanted to ask you, Jenna, in addition to the 3-point barrage in the first half, it just seemed like your size, and not just in the post, but your size really bothered DePaul. Did you have that sense when you were out on the floor?
I mean, I know I'm a bigger guard. I like to use that to, you know, create a versatile game of mine. I did just see that I had 5 blocks, which I was not aware of. Might be a career high for me in a game. But now I just was playing my game out there and was able to provide for my team.
Aaron, can I just ask you about Jenna? I mean, can you put her role into words and her value, I guess, to you guys as a team this year, and especially here as of late?
Yeah, she's definitely a very crucial portion for our team. I mean, she's everyone's like best friend on the team. So just on and off the court, she really does everything. She can even play point guard, which is insane. So, but just her mindset, her work ethic, like she is a true leader, and it's definitely been fun to be able to play with her these past 4 years.
Chuck Schaffner again. Jenna, I think Dayton had not won an NCAA tournament game since like 2013. Just to be a part of, just to be a part of that, getting back in the win column.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Obviously, being here in a Dayton uniform for 6 years, I've made it a couple times, but was never able to be a part of a win in the tournament. Like Coach said, this is a huge reason of why I and the rest of our group came back, was to make this tournament. And like Aaron said, not just to make it, but to get a win, get 2 wins, 3 wins, whatever we're going to be capable of. And we're just going to keep working every single day. Quick turnaround, but we'll be ready to go.
And then if either you guys or both you guys want to take this, I mean, can you take me into the emotions when you guys are hitting threes like that in the first half? Because you can be the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry. I don't think you shoot 12 to 14 and a half every night.
Aaron, you want to start first, and then Jenna?
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I mean, it's kind of no feeling can describe it, but I think a big part of this game is just being able to keep your composure. As there are so many highs and lows that go throughout the game, and just being able to know next play mentality and kind of having that in the back of your head. But yeah, it's always fun and gets the kind of energy going.
Yeah, I'll second that. It's definitely fun. The freestyle that we play, Coach gives us confidence. If we're open in our transition or offense, let it fly with confidence. That's what we did. So definitely a lot of fun out there today.
All right, we will now move to the remote portion. And please, if you have a question, use the raise hand function. We'll go to Alexa first. And again, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi there, this is Alexa Philby from ESPN. Since this is the first year that the women's tournament is holding their first four, I was just curious if either of you have any kind of strong feelings on what it's like to kind of be part of that, to play in a play-in game, and what you think it could mean for teams too down the line that are going to have the opportunity to play in the tournament where maybe otherwise they wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, to make it very identical to the men's this year. We just worked all week knowing that our name was going to get called. When we saw it, that it was in the playing game, we just knew we were going to be ready to go and do whatever it took to get a win to move on to that first round game. So we're just very excited for that.
All right, Natalie.
Natalie Hebron with the Next. For both players, how does it feel to win that NCAA tournament game, and what will you do to prepare and continue the momentum into your game against Georgia on Friday?
It's an amazing feeling for sure. With this being my first NCAA tournament, I just was honestly super excited just to be here. But like I said earlier, we're here to not just play, but to compete. And so we'll be able to kind of recoup and take that energy and momentum that we were able to gain from this game and just kind of push forward. But yeah, it's a great feeling for sure.
Yeah, again.
Go ahead.
Again, I second that. Like I said earlier, hadn't gotten a win in the NCAA tournament yet. My goal, my mindset all season changed to not just making it, but getting wins in the tournament. So, great feeling to be able to do that today.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll now open it up for questions for Coach Green.
Hey, Coach, I mean, I kind of touched with him on it, but offensively, if you're able to get that type of production from players like Aaron and Jenna, I mean, how much easier does it make it for you guys? I mean, is it possible to do what you guys are able to do without them?
I mean, they're a huge part of, this team and this program, and they have been a huge part. I mean, Jenna's been here the 6 years I've been here. So, Aaron's been here 4 years. And then you look at what they do, obviously on the floor, but off the floor, and their leadership and how they carry themselves, but also set the standard and really have helped mold these young guys who, last year we had 5 freshmen that are now important pieces as sophomores, and they're just unbelievable players, but they're unbelievable people. and they do things the right way, and just really blessed to have coached them for as long as I have. But huge pieces obviously on the floor, and I'm just so happy that they played well tonight. I'm so happy E played well tonight, because she did. She went through some hard times in the season, but never wavered, and that's what she's capable of doing, is what you saw.
And then if I can follow up on Jenna, I mean, you talked about coaching her for 6 years. I mean, two-parter here. I mean, first off, can you take me into why you guys decided to bring her off the bench like that? And then secondly, do you have like a story or anything that you can share that shows you like her like motivation, I guess, to perform how she does and approach it, how she does every day?
Yeah, I think, with Jenna and Makaira, we've kind of went back and forth with them, who starts, who doesn't. And I give Jenna so much credit. She's a 6-year senior. She was first team, all conference last year. A huge piece to this team, and she does not question anything. If she comes off the bench, she comes off the bench. She's ready to go. And I really, at this point, we don't even really make a big deal of it. It's just game to game of who's going to start, who's not. A lot of it depends on matchups. And I actually thought she played really well off the bench today. And I think it may give her some time to just kind of, watch the game, see the flow of the game. And she came in and she was instant offense. So there isn't really a reason to tell you the truth. And I think the story about her is kind of that, is how she is. I mean, the kid has been here 6 years. She's been through multiple injuries. We didn't even know she'd be able to play. If you would have asked me after her sophomore year if she would, play her whole career, I'd say you're crazy. And here she is 6 years later, performing at an elite level, and a huge part of what we're doing. It's all credit to her and who she is as a person.
Chuck Schaffner, I wanted to ask you about, Makaira? Makaira. See, she jump-started you, before you started that barrage of threes, she kind of jump-started you, and just how important was that to get you going?
And that's kind of why, she has to be on the floor a lot. She's capable of scoring at all 3 levels, and she can get a shot off and get to the rim and score at any point and create her own shot. And she was playing with even more pop to her today, more explosiveness to her today defensively. And she just played really, really well. She had 16 for us, ran the point at times when AB got in some foul trouble, and just was a huge, huge piece on both ends of the floor today.
Moral, she got 28, but she really had to work hard for that. What specifically did you try to do against her?
She had 28. She had 9 of those from the free throw line, and then she was 9 for 25 from the field. I think our length really affected her. If you think about, the league and what they're kind of used to, they don't see a lot of length. They don't see 6'5", 6'3", and we have multiple bodies that we could throw at her. So she's an unbelievable player. Seeing her live and watching all the film on her, seeing her live a couple times, I'm just like, wow. She is a great player, and for only being a freshman, that's scary. But we never had to double her. We just stayed one-on-one with her, and T and Mariah did an unbelievable job of just affecting shots. They got a ton of blocks, and I thought for the most part, it's crazy because she had 17 rebounds, and I felt we did an okay job on her. She just is relentless. It's really amazing what she's capable of doing.
Coach, so is it part of the game plan to kind of get those open looks and see if y'all can hit them? Obviously you guys hit them at an amazing rate in the first half, but offensively, can you take me into kind of what the plan was to have those opportunities?
For us offensively? Yeah, that's what we want. I tell them all the time, keep shooting. Keep shooting. I've yelled at E more in her 4 years here to shoot the ball than to not shoot it. I want her to shoot every time she touches it, because I feel like every time she lets that thing fly, I feel like it's going in. So we got the shots out of her. We executed our offense in the half court, and we executed our transition break in off of holding them to one and done. So the difference is that the ball goes in today, and sometimes that ball doesn't go in. And when it does, we look like this, and we look pretty darn good.
And then if I could just get your initial thoughts on playing Georgia on Friday night. And obviously you haven't had a chance to watch anything, but do you guys were in the same tournament over Thanksgiving, so.
Yeah, we've seen them. I saw them live. I watched some of them down in Florida when we played in that tournament. You know, I know a couple of their players that, you know, just from watching, and so I don't know a lot. I haven't obviously started prep, but you know, we'll be ready to go and we'll regroup and get prepared very quickly. So I'm excited. I think it's a decent matchup for us. They got a true big, we got true big, so I like the matchup.
All right, we'll now move remotely. And again, if you'd like to ask a question to Coach Green, please use the raise hand function. We'll go first to Alexa.
Hi there, this is Alexa Philpott from ESPN. I was just curious for your thoughts on being in a play-in game and having the women's tournament expand to 68 teams. Are you a fan of it? Do you like the fact that it's going to be opening up opportunities for more schools, or is it kind of weird to have to kind of earn your spot into the, you know, the round of, or the field of 64?
I think this is the NCAA tournament, and the men, you know, you don't really talk about it being a play, like it's NCAA tournament. There's 68 teams on the men, there's 68 teams on the women, and I don't feel like we earn the right by getting selected to the 68 teams, and I think we earn the right with our body of work and you know, the regular season going 25-5. So I look at this, and our team looked at this as we're not playing a game to get into the NCAA tournament. We're in the NCAA tournament, and we're happy to be here, and this is what we've worked for. This is what these players have worked for their entire lives and dreamt about, and now we're here to play. So we don't look at it as that. It's the NCAA tournament. There's 68 teams, and we're one of those 68 teams.
All right, we'll go to Natalie next.
Natalie Heffernan with the Next. You mentioned yesterday that you wanted to play fast, but not DePaul fast. And how helpful was that hot start against such a strong DePaul offense?
Yeah, I knew that our start was going to be critical, especially against a team that's this high-powered offensively. I knew we had to come out and hit shots and score early. I knew our defense, you know, would do what we do because that's how we defend. But the last time we were out in the championship game, we came out and we couldn't hit shots, and then it started kind of going from there. So when we came out and hit those early shots, I felt comfortable. I felt pretty good, and then just kept going from there. So we knew, and we talked about it, and really stressed our first 5 minutes in that first battle that we had to win that, and we did.
All right, we'll go to Natalie Heffernan again.
Following up on that, how do you carry the momentum from this game into your next matchup on Georgia that's now less than 48 hours away?
I mean, that's the fun part of the NCAA tournament, and you know, we've been in this position before. I've been in this position as an assistant coach here, and you know, you carry the momentum when you have a game like this, and they start believing, and they start having that look in their eye. That the confidence, and it was the same thing when I was here, you know, in 2015, and we made a run to the Elite Eight. You just saw this look and the confidence that they started getting. So we're going to take that confidence and momentum, and we're going to prepare, and we're going to go play against a really good Georgia team. But that's why it's called March Madness, because everyone has a shot and everyone has a chance, and we'll be ready to go. And I know our players will be ready to go, and they'll be ready to compete.
Coach Green, thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
A recording of this press conference will be available in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.